And he says we're in a race against the clock.
Dr. Charles Chip Groat served as Louisiana's chief geologist for a dozen years. He's an expert on the offshore drilling and the oil slick threat closing in on that coast. He tells KXAN's David Scott today he's not surprised the spill is much worse than first feared. David?
And it could be even worse than what they're saying today. It just keeps growing exponentially. Dr. Groat says it's impossible right now to predict the ultimate extent of damage. There are too many variables: wind, current, weather, where the oil, how deep it gets into the marshlands. But he does say if this top kill does not work, we're looking at a drawn-out, monumental environmental disaster. As the slick drifts to shore, birds and sea life are fighting for life. Already, this spill dwarfs the 11 million gallons that spilled out of the Exxon Valdez when it ran aground in Alaska 21 years ago.
I think if it doesn't get stopped with the top kill, it could be just unbelievably bad, because that rate of flow of oil for many more weeks before a relief well is drilled is just almost incomprehensible as to how far it could spread, both east towards the East Coast and west towards us.
Generations of fishing families can only look on in horror as they hear the worst is yet to come.
It's still coming out the ground. So what we're seeing took a month to get here, but there's a month of oil coming behind it.
The slick is spreading, a relentless glob of remorseless destruction approaching the East Coast.
The Gulf Stream here hugs the coast of Florida within a mile of the beach.
The costs are incalculable. Analysts at the Austin office of Stratfor warn of economic risk to fishing, shipping, and oil exploration. There's the threat of fire and health risks at other rigs, some already evacuated. Shipping will be threatened as oil clings to the hulls of ships. They will not be allowed into ports to contaminate the waters. The coast is at risk. As the catastrophe grows, the president is feeling the heat and knows it.
Those who think that we were either slow on our response or lacked urgency don't know the facts.
Cleaning the valuable, vulnerable coast will be a tricky thing.
We're going to be dealing with very sensitive and delicate wetlands, so the best way to get the oil out of that delicate environment is going to be a subject of much discussion, and frankly, I haven't heard very much specifically proposed as to how to do that.
Now, Dr. Groat suggests they may use absorbents to sop up the oil and then wash them out very delicately in the wetlands. He also says they may control burn some of the wetlands the way they do with rice crops in Texas. No matter what methods are chosen, there's a lot of work to do. David Scott, KXAN Austin News.